Hello, everybody. Well, it's time for a live stream by myself. Get these fair weather viewers, man. It's not new and hot. I'm still waiting for all the new and hot stuff. Listen. So this guy's pretty cool. I always like figures that turn into like real world objects, especially something that's to scale. Just kind of pulling accessories off of them. The gun store in the back here. Am I getting it backwards? Yes. And there. The guns can combine into that rifle you saw, or they can just be individual guns. Just to touch on this. This comes off. And I don't know. Is it a bird? Is it Laserbeak? I mean, rat bat. The charging plug is like a couple little wally eyes. I just don't know. But it is what it is. It's kind of a bird, maybe. Or it's rocket packs for him. I think they did a good job making the figure, not completely thin. You know, they got some bulk out of it. Yeah, it's a very good design. So, what we'll do is, what do I want to do? Leave this out. Let's stow the wings. They kind of clip in. Then you flip down this. I think it's kind of cool how the head is composed of 3 layers. Excuse me a second. The head's composed of 3 layers, so they kind of thicken up the head. Unfortunately, that transformation gimmick means that there is no neck rotation at all. It's frozen. But this tucks away inside there. And then it comes up like that. And then you can close the panel because it's not, the hinge isn't in the way anymore. All right, so we put away these spacers and we put away the front of the head. Flip out these tabs on the arms, and then make his arms go like, Timothy, you clean your room, and then you flip up the chest piece, flatten it out, flip it the rest of the way over. These kind of tab in at the top and at the bottom. There we go. And then these flip up like this, and the whole upper body has to bend backwards a little bit to match up. So you got to straighten it. But that straightening is a very small amount, so I despaired of demonstrating that in the video sufficiently. So we have the legs. I'm just going to spread them out for space. So we can spread the toes out. Put the tips of the toes away. I guess the sides of the feet. However you want to phrase it. And we put these away. And then rotate them out. Or previously rotate them out. This tab's in there. This is a bit of like a automorph gimmick. It is what it is. Flip this around. Same thing over here. Now technically in the video, like if you want to avoid any parts parking, then we go ahead and do this part of the leg, and then we flip this over. And then we lower it in, tab it into place. So that's like the perfect transformation way to do it. Or you can already have it like this, and you lower it down, and you fiddle the tab. One of the two. This ended up wonky. There we go. All right, and then you flip this up, rotate it around, and flip it down. And get everything to tab together along those seams. And then you take the plate here, Take two. You take the plate here and you put it on here. And boom. You get yourself a broken tablet. It's hard to see, so I move it around. But it's an interesting curiosity. I have a couple of things like that. I get the, Optimus Prime turns into a pen. I've got Optimus Prime and Megatron that turn into sneakers. And I've got an Optimus Prime and Megatron turn into a baseball hat, I shit you not. Pretty cool. So I'll see if there's anyone here. Hey, we got 4. Greetings from Guadalajara. Well, that's not so far away in the grand scheme of things, is it? Just south of here. That figure's cool. I like the concept of Soundwave updating his alt mode, and the design is cool as well. I agree with you. I mean, boomboxes aren't really a thing anymore as much. Not like they were in the 80s when Soundwave was designed, or the late 70s when Soundwave was designed. So I totally agree. It's nice to have Soundwave have like an updated form. I mean, I wish they would partner up with how cool would it be to partner up with PlayStation and have like the new PS5 controller turn into a robot? They really overlook the robots that turn into handheld objects. They're really sleeping on that because they just don't do it enough. And, in the original Transformers, there were 2 lines that were brought in. I forget which one's which, but you had Diaclone and you had Micro. Ooh. What was it called? I don't know if the one person in the chat's gonna know. Why am I doing this? So I could get greetings from Guadalajara, clearly. My brain keeps saying, like, micro machines and micro men. Maybe it was Micro Man. Yeah. But I think we had Diaclone and... Anyway, the 2 main lines that came in were, one was based on a lot of like vehicles that turned into robots, and a lot of times they had like seats in them and stuff. And then they had the other line that was primarily handheld sorts of things, like Megatron, the gun, and Soundwave, and I could be wrong about particular figures, but there was a whole bunch of figures that kind of came together that were handheld object kind of things. My main point is that Hasbro and Takara just don't really do the whole handheld object thing anymore. It's a darn shame because they're cool. PS5 controller, cross promotion. I mean, they're doing all these like cross promotions now, so maybe they could do something like that. What else they could do? Other popular electronics, cell phones. They could do like an iPhone, like an official iPhone that turns into a robot. I like the idea of the like a game controller though, because at least with a game controller you have some bulk to work with. If they did an iPhone, it would be a lot like this thing. They'd have to kind of like invent some bulk out of it. Now he's ready to go back on the shelf. He's ready to take a picture for YouTube for the... Alright. There we go. Hold on. In other news, I also picked up this thing off the thing that I knocked off. Good job. I picked up Earthrise Bumblebee. Transforms just like Earthrise Cliff Jumper. I probably have Wind Charger, Cliff Jumper. I think it's Cliff Jumper. He's more popular. He's kind of cool. Little parts formery, just like the other guy. I don't know why. I don't know why these fancy schmancy engineers have got to come up with parts for me stuff. It ain't right. This is a real pain in the ass to get out of here. It's time to use all my concentration. Let's see here. Wow. They could have given more of a thumb hook to catch it with. Anyway. I like the Earthrise line, alright. Seems like it's a bit of a prelude. I mean, it's like the getting a lot of stuff from the original Transformers TV show, and now they're going to do the movie guys, which is cool. He is Bumblebee. Hey, and look, we can parts form this onto his back. Cool. Personally, I think Hasbro's probably kind of sneaky, you know? Like, it seems like sometimes they'll have like a primary character like Bumblebee. And when they come out with the... I have no idea what this is. When they come out with the figures, instead of having Bumblebee and then a remold, repaint as Cliffjumper, they do Cliffjumper first, and then, you know, you buy it because, ooh, it's a new mold, and then they give you Bumblebee. And you're like, well, I gotta have Bumblebee. Yeah, I think rubber tires represent like a choking hazard or something. So I don't know. There's other toy lines that have rubber tires, aren't there? You can get like those. You can get die-cast cars that have rubber tires at Target. I can run out to Target right now and get a car with rubber tires on it. So I don't know. Maybe it just makes it cheaper. I don't know. I refuted my own theory, so not to tell you. How are you doing, Doug Landrum? It's funny. There was like a core group of people that I used to see all the time in my streams, and I just never see them anymore. I guess they moved on to bigger and better things. I wish them well. I'm kind of out of... I mean, what, I'm 13 minutes in. I already transformed it back. Might be a short live stream. By the way, I'd like to promote my locals site at peelistdrew.locals.com. You can join me for as little as $2 a month and get access to Transformer videos a week before they come up on YouTube. So this week's video on locals is this guy, Iron Factory EX42 Heat Death. The video turned out pretty good. Something like this red really pops in one of those videos. And for a Legends scale figure, quite complex. I'm always amazed Hasbro can't just make things like this, but I don't know, maybe they wouldn't sell very well at Target. Grandma wouldn't get it. She'd be like, "It's so small. Why is it $70?" It would be even cheaper if Hasbro made them, though, because they'd have a little more economy of scale. On the horizon, we got I know. Sorry. Got distracted. I don't know what to do. Oh, I know. There we go. I'll show you what I got coming. Since I'm only 13 minutes in, I may as well do something. All right. Didn't mean to click on anything. Let's do display capture. Boom. Hey, Yoshozi. All right. So what do I got coming? I got, well, a lot of it's on the front page here. I saw the other one a second ago. Yeah. So, on its way to me is Devil Savior Axe. Pretty cool figure to continue their Devil Savior Troublemaker line. So, that'll show up soon. I think this one looks like it's the contender for showing up the soonest. I'd always been wanting to do kind of like Farage, but I never wanted to really own him because he wasn't to scale with the rest of MP, and this one is more. So hopefully people think this is one of those notoriously overly complicated figures, and hopefully I can come up with a nice clean presentation for that. And then the thing I'm really excited about is, I mean, this guy, it's like a Macross or like a Bandai or like the old Yamatos, and it's a weird turn for TFC Toys that traditionally has done third-party Transformers, but this thing is dope. It's based off of the Chinese J20. It's like their equivalent of our was it F-35 Joint Strike Fighter Lightning 2, 3, I don't know. It's kind of like their answer to that, and it's kind of cool looking, you know. It's a weapon of war and all that, but it's cool looking. Still like an objet d'art. And that's what I got incoming. Really looking forward to that J20. It's going to be sweet. Anywho, God, we're only 18 minutes in. I've run out of stuff to talk about. I don't know. Maybe when you run out of stuff to talk about, there's not a good reason to continue. Not many toy reveals lately. Oh. Here, I know what we'll do. Go to we'll go to a Transformers news site and scroll through and talk about news. Here we go. Sponsor announcement there. Transformers Kingdom Fossilizer Deluxe Ractonite in-hand images. That's nice. Paleotrex is part of the new Kingdom Fossilizers, which can split and combine as weapons for other War for Cybertron figures, similar to the Siege Weaponizers. It's not really a blurb, it's like someone's reporting. I think those look cool. Like I like the idea that the skeletal dinosaur turns into a robot. That's pretty dope. I dig it. Let's see, probably when Scorponok statue, that's helpful. MP51RC is out in Singapore. That's exciting news. When was that reported? Today. Okay. Well, that's super awesome. That means Amazon Japan should get theirs soon, which means I should get mine soon. Boy, you get some fast shipping from Amazon Japan. I mean, you get used to things having to take forever to get through customs, and Amazon Japan uses like DHL International, and it like shows up. Like, I swear, it shows up in like 2 or 3 days from start to finish. Really looking forward. I always like a Takara MP. People bitch about them. Different Takara MPs that complain about, I don't know. Everyone complains. There's plenty of complaints to be had about RC. She's not perfect. Nobody's doing anything perfectly. But I'm looking forward to some of that Takara, fit and finish. Usually everything lines up real nice, and they care that, like mid-transformation, it's still a stable object because all the joints are tight enough on most Takaras. You know, compare and contrast to fans toys where, you know, partway through the transformation, you've just got something held together by chains. They updated a gallery. I'm looking more for like release news. Studio Series 86 looks awesome. Wave 1 Deluxe out in Australia, so a couple of weeks for California, and then, you know, 6 or 7 months before it shows up here in Virginia. Yeah, we could talk about the X-Transbots trailer. It's kind of BS, man. The trailer came out a little more expensive than people were anticipating. It looks good. I'm sure the re-engineering was worth it. But then there's like this accessory set that you kind of have to get. And at that point, I mean, you're really getting away from perfect transformation for me. So I may not get the accessory set. I know I got to get the trailer because it actually transforms. There's a point to it. But if I get the accessory set from one of my partners, then I have to do a shoot on it. Like, what do you do with an accessory set? I don't do stop motion for accessory sets. They say the vehicles, like the cars look too small on the arms or something. So they have like those fake like coverings that make them look a little bigger. I don't know. I don't care. I'll see what I can do with the trailer, and then, you know, I'll get the accessory set if it really grabs me. But there it is right there. It's like bigger car bits so that it looks, I don't know. I'd love to see a picture of it like without the accessory set applied, just so. But I think all the pictures I've seen have the accessory set applied because it looks better that way. But I don't care if they're not the right size. Cyberverse Deluxe Prowl and Soundwave. I don't like Cyberverse. I don't know why we're talking about that. Okay. Yeah, I've never seen Transformers Red in the stores. I go looking for them at, I think they're supposed to be at Walmart, and I've never seen them in the wild, the first 3. So they're talking about all these different red figures they're going to come out with. But I mean, I don't know. Do I want to do that? They don't transform. But I bet they're dope, you know, action figures. Hasbro makes good action figures. I don't know what to think. What do you guys think? Yeah, sorry, Doug. You got to be a little more specific about your I agree. I don't know what you agreed with. It's the disadvantage of the real-time chat. It was like a minute, you know, however long ago. Really? So New Age usually makes legend size figures. Huh. Yeah, it looks legend size. Wow, I mean that thing's really, is this based off of their, did they already make a Galvatron? So this is like a repaint of a Galvatron? I guess so. Interesting. Interesting. See, there's Scourge and Hot Rod. I'm really looking forward to those. So I'm jealous of you Australians. I mean, other than having every poisonous thing in the universe on your shores. Yeah. So yeah, New Age already did like a. That makes sense. Yeah, the other guy was clearly like a Galvatron repaint. I like New Age's Legends figures. They're pretty well designed. How do I feel about this guy's transformation? Looks pretty good. Where are they getting the gun barrel? Oh, I see. They show him from the back. There he is. Yeah, they just kind of created out of that. I don't know, it's pretty good. You see a lot of these Legends figures and they're designed really well. And it's like, why don't they just make a bigger figure like that? And then everyone would be really happy. Yeah, of course they made Bumblebee for red, right? Oh, finally. Several reports sightings the new Target exclusive Transformers Earthrise Voyager Thrust. Thrust is my favorite Conehead, so I'm going to be looking for that. That was reported, wow, 6 days ago. Man. And then I get this huge snow just fell, so I can't get out. Oh well. I wonder if Brickseek is actually accurate about him. I've been checking Brickseek, and it's never said that he's in. But of course, 10 days or 6 days ago, they could have reported it in California, and you know, it wouldn't be out in Virginia for another week and a half. So I'm not going to get too concerned. I can always buy it off of eBay if I have to, right? Especially when the prices come down. Because you can get it now for like $80, but it's like, what? No thanks. Maybe $100, which is even more what? No thanks. Well, I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everyone stopping by that did. People that watch later, appreciate you watching later. Have fun. I don't know what I'm shooting this weekend because I don't know if anything's going to arrive in time to shoot. So it could be some random crazy thing out of my collection. We'll just have to see. But that'll be for locals. What you'll see this Sunday on YouTube is this guy this video is already on locals, plistrew.locals.com. And that's it. Have a good day.